Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Afghanistan Investment Support Agency, AISA, I'm delighted to be here. I would roughly go through some slides. I'm sure due to time limit I will be brief, and during the afternoon session I will be very much happy to answer each and every question that you may have. The presentation that I will be delivering, it is mostly focusing on private sector progress and as well as the recent updates on the investment climate of Afghanistan. Despite several challenges that has been already mentioned through excellencies and our colleagues, Afghanistan has made extensive progress in creating an enabling environment for business and investment. Afghanistan now has a democratic government, a vibrant and emerging economy, and great access to regional and international markets, and improving infrastructure, physical infrastructure, as well as we are driving towards globalization of our natural resources. The economic framework. The government of Afghanistan has endorsed the principles of market economy, where greater participation from private sector is expected. Not only this, the commitment from international community to Afghan private sector and to government has supported the reconstruction process in Afghanistan. On the other hand, the presence of international community in Afghanistan is for self-reliant, prosperous and stable private sector growth in Afghanistan. It's the key, and indeed we are very much happy for the long-term support of international community in Afghanistan, which is indeed a positive point in terms of private sector development in Afghanistan. Afghanistan investment law is one of the most liberal in the region. Indeed, based on investment law of Afghanistan, we always try to convince our investors by providing such incentives. I think there was a question raised in our previous panel that what are the opportunities and what are the incentives in Afghanistan. Based on Afghanistan investment law, we allow 100% foreign ownership for national and international investors. There is no restriction on capital flow and no restriction on profit and cash repatriation. There exists no tax on machineries. However, only 1% tax is imposed on raw material and intermediate materials. And we are enjoying the presence of dispute resolution in Afghanistan Chamber of Commerce and as well as in AISA. These are the strong indicators, or that these could be counted as some reasons to invest in Afghanistan. I will roughly go through some basic and important reasons. Despite the challenges that we are having in terms of security and corruption, as I earlier mentioned, the government of Afghanistan has tried its best to bring institutional, economic and structural reforms to tackle challenges to investment in Afghanistan. The Afghan economy has experienced a rapid growth in the last 10 years, with an average growth rate of 10% in annual basis, which is a great sign. The unexplored or untapped natural resources in Afghanistan, especially in oil, gas, copper, semi-precious and precious stones, and other identified mineral deposits that are counted approximately 1,014 deposits, these could be one of the major reasons to invest in Afghanistan. As obvious to all, Afghanistan is strategically located in the crossroad of north, south, east, west, and it turns Afghanistan as a business hub for all. Geographically, Afghanistan is located, Afghanistan provides indeed a transit route for the Central Asia gas and oil to South Asia. And also, it is Afghanistan counted as a gateway to investing in neighboring countries, especially the fast and growing markets of China, India, and Central Asia. Besides this, development and improvement of physical infrastructure is also worth counting. Major roads, highways connection, building new and renovating old airports across the capital and provinces. The development of industrial parks in Afghanistan is also a good sign of private sector in Afghanistan, and as well as rehabilitation of power networks and cell phones networks across the country has created a favorable environment for business in Afghanistan. There are some major sectors, as you see in the slides, agriculture and agro-processing, construction and construction materials, transport and logistics, textiles and carpets, energy and natural resources, as mentioned by Mr. Batang as well. These are the major investing sectors in Afghanistan that still has lots of opportunities, and we are happy to provide you with more detailed information in these sectors. Here I would like to discuss a very important issue, that what's the current status of investment in Afghanistan and what are our figures and data. It will be interesting for all of you. Since 2003, a total number of 26,000 companies has been registered with AISA, of which nearly 15% are foreign companies. As per the statistic, the share of private investment in GDP in 2003 from 1.3% has increased to 8.6% in 2011, which is a great sign. During the past 10 years, a total of US $8.9 billion has been invested in Afghanistan, and 1/3 of these figures that I have also mentioned, FDI makes almost 1/3 of all private investment in the country. These numbers are a strong indicator of the fact that investment in all sectors is on the rise, and that is due to high return on investment in Afghanistan. The graph that you see in the slides, it illustrates the decomposition of private investment by sectors. As you clearly see, the services sector is the highest or the largest sector to have been hosting the private investment in Afghanistan, followed by industries and construction. Agriculture remains the smallest sector to have received private investment. One of the questions that maybe most of our audience will be having in their minds, that's the investment outlook of Afghanistan. What would be the vision for pre-2014 and post-2014, and the concerns that our investors will be having. Investment outlook remains highly favorable. The recently signed strategic partnership of Afghanistan with US, Italy, Germany, India, as well as with UK. These all agreements pave the way to private sector to operate as actively as previous. On the other hand, such approach has removed the uncertainties for the future and ensured political stability in the long run. Moreover, strong commitment and support in partnership agreements with these countries indeed provide it provides a hope for the private sector with development and promotion of private investment. Above all, the large mining and energy projects in the medium term will create huge investment opportunities in related activities, both in support activities and in post-production activities. Due to time limit, I will be only focusing on construction sector and from our perspective. As you know, all Afghanistan is a landlocked country and has got plenty of construction materials deposits which can be utilized in the rebuilding of the country. The sector has the highest labor content of any industry, and therefore the highest multiplier effect on income and employment. Indeed, construction sector will provide job opportunities to our younger and low-skilled labor. The sector is largely underdeveloped, and as almost all construction materials are imported from abroad. So therefore, a huge demand for construction materials production companies is available in Afghanistan. As well as booming residential housing sectors and ever-increasing public utility. These are the issues that has been already discussed by His Excellency Mr. Hassanzadeh, and as you know, the new Kabul City Development Project, and as well as major energy projects that will be implementing in the coming years, in 5-10 years. These are all major investment opportunities that we are having in our construction sector. So it will pave the way to shift some of our construction investments to our other major sectors, particularly the mining sector. In the mining sector, each and every country, especially China and India, has promised to work together with Afghan government, and I think, and I believe, I can say I believe, I'm really confident that our construction sector investors can work together with our mining ministry to implement and facilitate mining sector production in Afghanistan. I will roughly go through the agency that I am representing. Afghanistan Investment Support Agency is indeed, it was established in 2003 as per a decree of His Excellency President Karzai, and indeed this agency is acting as an executive arm of High Commission on Investment. In this commission, we bring together key stakeholders and key ministries in order to facilitate the investment climate of Afghanistan. We, as a one-stop shop for investment in Afghanistan, promote Afghanistan as an attractive destination, investment destination. We provide information to potential investors on investment data and climate, and as well as we simplify the investment registration procedure. And we are also conducting same events, roadshows, seminars, exhibitions, conferences to promote Afghanistan and to attract investment to Afghanistan. We also provide statistic information on investment climate in Afghanistan. Most of you will be having your own requirements. We will be more than happy to assist you on accurate information and data. We also provide investment registration and support services to the new and existing clients. And at the end, we also work together with our Ministry of Commerce, and we build industrial parks in Afghanistan. That's all. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I hope that you will be having more discussion in the afternoon session as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr.